Alright, today we're looking at Cotton, one of my favorites and one I've been wanting for a long time, but we'll get to that in a minute. So this is your typical Sega System 16 hardware. Specifically this is Sega System 16B. The letters refer to what kind of ROM subboard is used, mainly just on what different size. A being the first ones, I think Fantasy Zone 2 is the very last System 16 board, and it's System 16E, if I remember correctly. So yeah, lots of Sega classics run on this hardware. Alter Beast, Shinobi, same basic hardware, good stuff. Well made, and lots of cool little extras, like an LED power light that doesn't really need to be there, but it has one. Sega seals on everything. And of course there's the infamous FD1094 processor box of doom. Yeah, System 16 boards, well, not all of them. A lot of the US boards actually don't have them, but most of the Japanese boards have suicide batteries. And this isn't like CPS2 suicide battery. No, these things have to be changed alive, or they will die. Most games now you can get unencrypted ROMs to replace the encrypted ones, so you can use a standard processor and get rid of the battery. But if you want to use all the original chips and keep it original, you've got to keep it running on a battery. Which is actually what's kept me from getting one of these for a long time, just out of fear. But I've been able, this particular board, the battery was officially changed and brought back to life by Sega in 2009, so it's definitely still got a few good solid years left on it. Well, I decide on, like, get the hardware I need to make a kind of a battery switcher thing, and there's a great tutorial over on JAMA Nation X, if you've never been there, which eventually I'll get around to building a battery key holder unit thing, so that I can easily change the batteries and hopefully keep this running completely original until the end of time. But yeah, this board actually came from a friend of mine, and so it was cheap, it came with the original art, the battery's fresh, so I finally gave in and said, yeah, this is going to be the best deal I'm ever going to get on one of these, so why not? Because I really love this game. I played the PC Engine port to death, but the arcade version is definitely better overall. So yeah, this is System 16, so you need a JAMA conversion harness. It's not JAMA straight up. But so I went for it, and good stuff. Yeah, original art. I have two of these, but they're identical. Of course, and holographic Sega seal. It's funny, in my Castle of Dragon video, I was not making fun of cute stuff, but something about Cotton that's just fun. Love the series, love the games. Especially the main arcade games, meaning the original Cotton 2 and Cotton Boomerang. All very, very well made, great games. The more console spin-offs range from okay to terrible. Like the Dreamcast one, Rainbow Cotton, is a disgrace, it's a piece of shit, please don't play it. The Super Famicom game is also pretty awful in my opinion. Some people actually like it, but to me it's an ugly piece of shit. So before we play this, something to show you. System 16 boards have one of the coolest test menus I've ever seen. Just tons of cool bookkeeping information that, I don't know, you'd have to be, oops, wrong button. You'd have to be one crazy operator to care about a lot of these. I mean, it's got your usual credit counters and see, there's only 19 hours been put on this board since the last battery change, when the memory was reset. And you can reset the memory manually, but I don't think, as far as I know, it hasn't been done since the battery was changed. And to be honest, when I got this board, there was only 4 hours on the clock. The majority of those hours are mine because I was actually, I had a bit too many beers and passed out with the game running and just ran all night, so I'm up to almost 20 hours now. But more so than that, the weird thing, see, look at here. Now, this game, if you are an obsessive arcade operator going for maximizing profit, this game gives you all the info you would ever need to do that. Like, it actually breaks down the amount of time each credit has lasted for. See, like, over 20 minutes, only 5 credits have gone that long. 10 to 20 minutes, 12 credits. 0 to 30 seconds, only 3 credits. So, the arcade op can easily see, you know, if it's too easy and whether to bump up the difficulty or whatnot. But the cool thing is the secret score report. It's got the average, the highest, and the lowest. See, that is my highest score so far. The thing, though, is that this score can only be shown here. In-game, the score listing and the top score is actually reset every time you reset the board. So, meaning you get that score, it'll be in the score list on the top of the screen. But as soon as the power is, you know, reset or turned off, and the default scores are back up. However, the actual real highest score will always be saved here, which is just kind of neat how the game does in fact save the score, but it keeps it a secret to all but the operator. Alright, let's give it a quick go. I've already actually recorded a 1-credit run of the first loop, which I'll upload later. But just to give you a quick taste, and well, that'll be a direct capture. Anyway. Alright. Personally, this is my favorite of the Cotton games. I mean, I really like 2, and Boomerang's okay as well, but the original is just a well-made classic shooter. Truth be told, a lot of people hate this game because they tend to find it extremely frustrating. It admittedly is a bit difficult at certain points, but the game is quite beatable. I mean, I'll give you a hint, auto-fire helps a lot in this one. But the main reason people get frustrated with it is that it's experience-based power-up system, and when you die, your level is divided in half, so die a few times in a row, and you're kind of, you know, screwed anyway. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize there's a hidden item carrier guy there. So it looks like he ran away because of the mini boss. But yeah, the game is definitely beatable. PC Engine port's actually pretty good for its time. The main difference is that you'll notice immediately is the speed. PC Engine runs at 30 frames, the arcade board here runs at a steady 60. So it's very smooth, never slows down, which makes it a lot, which actually makes it a bit harder since, you know, things come at you faster. But it's definitely a lot smoother, a lot more playable, definitely the better playing version. Plus the graphics are a lot more colorful, there's a lot more detail. The backgrounds are a lot better too, as, you know, we got real parallax scrolling here. Plus some parts of the game have really nifty, like look at that. The PC Engine kind of tries to do that effect, and does a decent job of sort of emulating it, but it's just kind of, you know, it's nowhere near as good or as smooth as that. Also, the resolution's a bit higher, everything's bigger sprites, bigger everything, which makes it kind of funny because probably the hardest part of the game is the Stage 6 Dragon Boss. The PC Engine version, because of the smaller sprites, there's actually a safe spot. You can hide at the top of the screen, and then he only has one attack that can actually hit you, and it's pretty easy to dodge, making him a lot easier. This version, you go above him like that, and you're just going to die every time. He's bigger, which makes it a much more challenging boss fight. But it's still beatable. So far, my best on this is I've gotten to the stage 11, meaning second loop, stage 5. There's 6 stages plus the final boss. So I haven't been able to 1-credit both loops yet, but we're working on that. I already did take a direct capture of this game and did a 1cc run of that's just the first loop, which I'll upload later. So, like, if you watch any of my old videos, I already did a 1-credit clear of both loops of the PC Engine version. So, if you're curious how they compare, it'll be an easy way to tell, though not 100% perfect since you can only record S videos. Like, you're losing a lot of the colors, unfortunately. However, the PC Engine version, of course, does have the extremely awesome soundtrack. You know, it's got the PC Engine has the kick-ass Tease Music Red Book soundtrack. I'm just going to let the game kill me because I'm almost out of time already. So this version, you know, it's a lot less quality because it's, you know, just basically MIDI chip music. Still sounds pretty good though. So overall, this is definitely the better playing version, but I still like my PC Engine copy just for the music, as well as the voiceovers and the cutscenes that this doesn't have either. But still a great game. It's aged great. A lot of people call it too hard and frustrating, but personally I love it. Give it a try.